Hello, I'm Evan, aka Studio Yeet. I do a little of a lot, and today we're doing a digital unboxing of the scans of my latest roll of Harman Phoenix ISO 200. It's a film stock that I was just turned on to, and I took it on a trip to Hong Kong and Seoul, and back here in Los Angeles, I shot on my Chinon CE5. With a 50 millimeter lens and also a Tamron 35 to 105 with fixed aperture, so because of needing to adapt the lens. So I'm kind of like an amateur photographer. I've been taking photos for a long time, taking pictures with film on and off, and I'm kind of making these videos as a way to maybe connect with other people and also just like learn a little bit more about film photography and mistakes that I'm making or things that I can improve on, and just share some of the photos with people. I have such a great group of friends that have all been, it's great to share photos and talk and that kind of community or social aspect of it was like one thing I wanted to try with this channel. There's a lot of other things that we might be doing on this YouTube channel, so if you're here just for photos, that's great. And hopefully there's more things that you'll be excited about as I keep making stuff or keep contributing in other ways. But you can also subscribe to my newsletter, Wolf of the Week. You can find a link in the description. It's about the smallest thing that made me say woof the longest each week, and it's been something I've been also doing on and off for the last couple of years. It's been a very fun exercise, especially as someone who didn't consider themselves a writer for a very long time. And I also go into a lot of history with my creative journey and photography, especially moving from film to digital to just using my iPhone for years and years and years before coming back to film now and getting more comfortable with taking a digital camera on the road with me. So I guess without further ado, we'll just get into it. I haven't looked at this roll of film yet. I actually got it just sent from the lab, Digital Photo Printing and Studio in Glendale, California. It is a great place that I was referred to on a whim, and I have loved going there, and I've loved sending people to them. Their Instagram is that one photo lab. You can see that they have lots of very cool photographers that go there and get their photos developed. So it's awesome to be in good company there, and it's very interesting. When I look at some of my photos and I'm like, this is crazy. Why I go to the same place where people who shoot like Olivia Rodrigo and Paramore go to, and other like high profile clients. But that's just how things work sometimes, and it's would love to get my photos to match that quality. So let's open up the photos and we'll take a look. So I'm doing this as a live stream, so you might hear me talking to people off screen. Those are the people who are watching live in the chat. And thank you so much for everyone who's watching along. Let's see, I'm going to open up these photos right now, and then we're going to switch the scene over so we can take a look. We're opening it just in the Mac browser right now. So, and later on, we're going to take them to Lightroom. We're going to edit them, or attempt to, because I actually have never really learned Lightroom. I've just dabbled around with it and used kind of like the principles I've learned from video editing or whatever I've acquired over the years and applied it to photos. Yeah, thank you, Kath, for jumping in. I hope you made it out to Guangzhou Market. Peter, I think I did. I don't think I have photos of it here. I should maybe post that I'm doing this, but I'm also okay with just people hanging out. This is the first time I'm doing this by myself, so it's very interesting. All right, here we go. Moving scenes. All right, you can see the chat there in the corner. This is Myeongdong Palace, I believe, in Seoul. So again, I took this roll of film, first time using it. It's kind of, I think, a slightly experimental film stock. And this is a little bit of a woof. You can actually see this was the first of the roll. It's kind of like the first exposure. I always try to cheat the film roll of film, which has gotten me into trouble in the past. So what that means when you try to cheat it is that I try to load the film in the dark. So when you get a roll of film, for example, this is the little Harman tag. It tells you have 36 exposures on it. So you have 36 shots. And that's because they think that you're going to be loading it so you can see the film catch on to the camera and you're pulling it forward. I loaded in the dark because I know there's extra shots on there, and I want to get more my money's worth for it. We have 40 documents, 40 pages on here. That means I got 40 shots. Whether or not they're just blank like this or they have huge light leaks like this is a different question. But this is interesting, this one. Let's see. This is just in the Mac Finder right now. I'll full screen it actually. This is kind of cool. I feel like the real shot is right here. I mean, we've got so much headroom. I don't know what I was thinking. So much look room there. Evan with the most relaxing ASMR voice. Yes, I know. Some of you may know me from other parts of the internet. A very different kind of mood this morning as we go through these photos, and a different type of sound quality. Okay. Let's see. Oh, also the YouTube stream is so behind. Okay, classic. All right, here we go. So this is interesting. I like this. The colors are. It feels like maybe we'll go through some of my older photos later, but I would love to get people's different people's opinions on film stocks and when they can, if they look at something, if they can immediately recognize what stock it is. But I think there's an interesting photo in here. All right, let's go to the next one. Interesting. I might have to not full screen this so we can look at some other stuff. So we can do the rotates and stuff. Let's see. How do we rotate is Command L and Command R. Okay, here we go. Interesting. Oh, that's my uncle right there. That's very funny. You can see the back of his head. He was walking around with just like a GoPro and filming stuff. Yeah, this was like a bright sunny day, and they recommend some bright, light for this film stock, and it's weird that it kind of like got overexposed like this. And this is on that Tamron 35 to 105, I believe. So this is fixed aperture 3.5, so a little bit on the wider side. And I think I'm probably pretty zoomed in, and so it makes sense that this is pretty blurry because 3.5 all the way zoomed in, hard to tell with the a lens that is not supposed to be on the camera. Hello Sarah, thank you for hopping in. We're looking at photos today. Some photos from my trip to Hong Kong and Seoul, as well as some shots around Los Angeles on a roll film I just got developed. Okay, interesting. Ooh, this is fun. It's a little dark, but there's something fun here. I mean, I can remember why I wanted to shoot this. I think I was looking at this tree as well as this. I wish it didn't go so dark here, and I wonder. Also curious for people who do take film photos or general photography, like when you have situations like this where the lighting's so different, what do you prioritize? How am I doing today? I'm doing great. This was something I really put together last minute, and but I wanted to try it because I had all the gear sitting around, and I was like, I got this roll of film. I was gonna write about it, and I might still write about it, but it felt fun to do this as a first kind of entry in the video series here on Studio Yi. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the next one. Ooh. Interesting. I like these reflections a lot. I wish you could see it more. I don't know why it's so dark. Maybe I was overcompensating for the 3.5 f-stop, which is, again, it's very wide open to do that. All right, let's see. Let's move to the next one. Okay. Interesting. It's quite dark. And I wonder what I was looking for here. What kind of camera do I use? This camera that I use is actually this film camera right here. So this is real film, not digital. This is the Chinon CE5. And so you might say Chinon, is that just a knockoff of Canon? And it may very well be, but I think the claim to fame for this camera is actually it's one of the first cameras that ever had autofocus lenses made for it, which is really cool. I don't have an autofocus lens for it, and in fact, real photographers or people who are I know that some cameras have a depth of field preview, so you can see, kind of like the depth of field you're going to get, like how blurry the background is going to be, or something like that. This has a lever for it, and it's broken, and I'm missing it. So if anyone watching has an extra of these levers, apparently it's very easy to fix, very hard to find. So I would love a lead on that. But that is the camera I am using. What do I look for in my photography? It's a great question, Ryan. I actually, it's very interesting because I don't focus on people so much. I'm more of a landscape person, and like definitely more like geometric lines and things like that is kind of what I'm more looking for when I take photos. Lights and shadows, things like that. Gonna reboot the music feed over here. Let's see if it comes back. I think part of this has to do with um, just streaming. Just streaming. I should have downloaded this music. That may have made it easier. um, Hope film makes a comeback. This is so much more interesting than flat and digital stuff. Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm trying to see what exactly um, is going on here with the music, because it was actually very nice to have it. um, might just be because we're looking at multiple sources at the same time. All right, well, let's keep it going. Maybe it'll come back. Oh yeah, there's the little chat bot. Thanks, Restream. All right, cool. Let's take a look. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I don't think I quite got it. I know that I was looking for this, and it's quite dark. We'll see what we can save in the edit later. Hello, Hannah. Thank you for tuning in. Um, I really would like this music to come back. um, let's see. Oh yeah, this was a nice garden, kind of in that same Myeongdong area in Seoul. It is tough that it's so blurry though. Kind of a woof, no pun intended. Um, yeah, you can see like some of this stuff is like still kind of in focus, but mostly not. It's interesting. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. Well, we'll keep going here. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. That's great. I don't remember taking this at all. That's the best thing about the film photos is that you like take photos and then you don't like you sometimes you forget because it can be so long for when you get them developed that it yeah, it just just disappears from your memory. Um let's see. Well, who inspires you with your pictures? I don't know. I haven't actually, that is something that I want to get more into, is like learning the history of photography and things like that. Um, because I haven't quite followed people and photographers. There's a lot of people I follow on Instagram and stuff like that, but that's not really like you know, I would definitely prefer to have real idols. There's a photographer from Hong Kong that I quite liked his work. He took a lot of pictures in Hong Kong in the late 90s that are very much up my alley. And yeah, it was, I'm blanking on his name, but we can grab it in a little bit. All right. I think I've got more music ready. It looks like it's playing. Here we go. Great. Let's see how long this one stays up, yeah? Who knew music would be so important? Do I speak Mandarin? Sorry if that's the wrong language for Hong Kong. In Korean, or in your trip you people did. So in Hong Kong, most people speak Cantonese. And my family speaks that. I don't as much. And I don't speak any Korean. But actually a lot of people speak English, which is great. And very helpful. My family speaks Cantonese, so that was great. In Hong Kong and Korea, we had, for parts of where I was around, we had a tour guide and stuff, but most of the time we were just kind of hanging out. Oh, the music is so much louder than me. Okay. Is it? Oh. This is so interesting. How's that? Maybe that's better? That's funny that it's not picking that up. That is so funny. All right, let me know now. Okay, yeah? Yes? Let me know. All right, well, this is great. When I go on trips, you have places planned out that you want to photograph, or is it just the vibe? Just the vibe, I would say, Ryan. I don't have, I normally, I think the more focus I put onto the photography, the less I feel inspired to take stuff. It's more just like letting the environments speak. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I remember actually trying to take this one. This was really, well, we'll come back to this of course, but this one was really tough because I think I was really cognizant of like trying to get the sun, and I wanted the sun to blow out in the way you see it now. And I wanted to get the detail in the flowers, but I think I just have to get better at actually measuring the exposure with the meter, or metering properly, because it would have been so nice to have this blow out completely and have the detail here. But I don't think we'll be able to save anything, but I'll be curious to see what we get. Oops. Okay. So yeah, if you see clips of my background, I have two of the Makoto Shinkai movies. That's the background. Your Name and Weathering with You, both great movies. This is so fun. I have a video clip of this place. Looks so much better in the video, but this is like, the vibes are like crazy here. The colors are wild, like the green and blue. Like, this is nuts. That's so fun. And then we have like this red, which is great. We have this arrivals board that I caught at the wrong time, but I have like a video of it, which is so fun. It's like a air or like train thing, you know, with where the things like kind of rotate. Pretty like gimmicky and touristy, but like honestly, like you see something like that and you're just like, that's funny. Hey Burns, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna leave most of this live on the channel, and I'll end up like clipping out highlights or something. Be curious to see if that's what you've been doing on your channel, so let's definitely talk at some point soon. Okay, I like this. I think we can work with something here. Let's see. How's everyone else doing? Thanks for joining in on this Sunday. I you know, setting work stuff aside, it's very, and you know, it's very fun to have people jump in. I feel like this is maybe not an ideal time, but I also was like, I know what my day looks like today, and if I only have 2 hours free, this would be the hour that I'd want to go, you know? I don't know what I was going for here. This looks stupid. This looks so stupid. Oh god. This is so bad. It's like, what is going on? What were we looking at? This is so frustrating. It's like you see something like this and you're like, what were you trying to do? Like, this is like literally a wasted photo. When I'm like drawing this, I'm kind of like visually maybe like showing you what my eyes are trying to see now when I'm thinking about the edit. So it's fun to like crop, but I won't live crop it now. I'll save the editing for Lightroom. Yeah. Ugh. This is like, I mean, like, what would you just want like a Twitter banner or something? Very odd, very odd. Okay. How often do you take photos? That's a great question, Ryan. So, I used to do what I would consider a bit on Instagram, where I would like kind of pretend I was an influencer, but not really. But what that drove me to do was I was like, well, influencers somehow post photos every day, which is crazy to me to think about. So what if I posted a photo every day of like that was like the most opposite of what I think an influencer would post? So that's kind of like what got me into taking like a lot of photos. And on my Instagram, if you scroll back through, you don't, this is not me telling anyone to scroll back through, but there was a time period in 2016 through 2020 that I basically uploaded a photo from my phone every day. And that was a period of my life where I was traveling a lot for either for work or for, you know, just exploring Los Angeles when I moved here. And so I got to see a lot of different things and was in a totally different state of mind. I was taking photos all the time on my phone, just so many photos. And so I would basically just start documenting my life from like other people aren't interested in it, but this interests me, and that's what I would love to show the world. And it was great to see like different, you know, when you meet different people and they follow you on Instagram and things like that, like how certain people would be really into a certain photo you'd post, be like, oh my god, like you, like this is incredible, like you took this on a phone, you know, like that feedback was always so powerful to me. So that's kind of like what I was doing. And then when COVID hit, I started posting like some archive like film photos, which I didn't share with anybody. I just shared with friends or like the people who were in them, but I didn't really post anything. And that was fun. And so, yeah, then I just stopped though. I stopped taking photos, and that was a really like obviously a dark time for the world, and it was a really tough time for me without having that kind of creative outlet. So that's kind of where things like Wolf of the Week were born out of, and you know, getting to do certain creative stuff in my professional life was really interesting. Stuff that like I could be a little bit more attached to in certain ways. So that's like part of this too. It's just like to get back into taking photos a little bit more often, be it on my phone or you know, on my film camera or on my digital camera. Just something I'm trying to work on this year. And I think I struggled for a long time because I really mastered the iPhone 8, which is very funny to say. I felt like I really knew how to push the limits of that camera to get what I wanted out of it. And so when I got a new phone, I didn't realize what the iPhones were doing with the photos you took and the data that they were adding to it, and how it was making it trickier to edit. And so now I think I have a good sense of what I need to do on the iPhone 12 in order to get it into a good place to edit the photos the way I want to edit them, as opposed to just taking the photos that have been given to me. What makes it bad? I think the lights changing looks nice. Mm. I think that's the best thing about art in general, right? Everything's subjective. And so like there are photos like I think this is cool. I just think it's like too dark. That's all. And but we'll see, you know. I mean, we can see what we can get out of the edit. This was a great one for me because I love this. Like you can make this its own photo right here. And I would be so interested in just this moment and this lighting. This is messy up here though. But that's kind of its own cool photo, you know, this little pocket there. This one up, kind of get rid of some of the green tones, maybe some of the blue, normalize the color a little bit. 'Cause some of the colors have been a little bit off in this whole thing, which is interesting. Okay, let's move on. This is great. I have a great photo of this on my phone. It didn't come out here on film, but such a great exhibit in the Liam, I think Lee Museum in Seoul. It is very cool. This is not a good representation of this exhibit though, but I think there's something there. Sometimes you get a photo like this and you know what it was supposed to look like, and then you look at it and you're like, but could it be something else, you know? And that's fun. This, if I'm thinking of this correctly, it is much cooler than what is being presented. Oh, that's fun. I think this was on like a cruise or something. This is really cool. If that was in focus, game over. If this building was in focus, absolutely game over. But this is fun regardless. We'll do something with it. Okay. I think this is the lab trying to help save my exposure. So when they scan the photos, they're trying to show me what I missed. But we'll figure it out. This is nuts. Oh, this is crazy. This is nuts. This is definitely like a vibe for sure. Okay, this is just, I don't know what this was supposed to be. This sucks. It sucks. Oh boy. All right, well, this roll's not feeling great. You know, they said shoot in broad daylight, and a lot of these photos have been in broad daylight, I would say. But maybe the lighting conditions were too harsh, you know? Looks like the buildings are wearing Santa hats on the previous ones. Yeah, that's a good point, Kath. Alright, well, let's just rotate this one so we can get it. I think I was mostly interested in this, and I was trying to get this here. Oh, you know what? Sorry. I need to send this link to my friend because I have a friend who I think would quite enjoy this, and I forgot to tell him I was doing this. I'm gonna pause myself. You can hear me speaking. Share. Copy link. Let me just check. Yeah. For those who are tuning in, how's everyone doing? Yeah, can't win them all indeed, Ryan. Can't win them all indeed. Okay, here we go. I think yeah, this is a rough one too. I don't know what any of this looked like. I shouldn't have exposed for the sky. That's tough. That's tough. Okay. Yeah, the colors are so interesting though. And maybe, I don't know if I'll shoot with this. I was like not sold, but maybe I just have to find a better filming experience for this because it looks great. 8 to 8 shift done, and it's been so quiet and nice and easy for me. Oh, incredible. Ooh, that's cool. Actually, I have to correct myself. There are no photos from Hong Kong on this roll, just Seoul. It snowed a ton in Massachusetts, so I made banana bread, but realized too late I didn't have much flour, so I'm hoping it's not terrible. I'm sure it'll be fine. I feel like my mom makes banana bread a lot, and under varying amounts of circumstances. What is this guy? That's funny. Alright, we'll take a look at what we can save in the edit here. Is this a real guy sitting on top of this, or is that a statue? Alright, we'll have to see in the edit what we can get back. Catching up on Break Room today. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say that, but, you know, catching up on BR today. Fun. Ooh, interesting. Okay, there's something here. Oh, yeah, this line and this building curve. I just missed it. I just missed it. Protein powder to make up for the lack of flour. Sarah, I think you're playing with danger. Or you're playing with fire there. Oh, nice. All right, Matt, tuning in. Feel free to chat along if you're there catching up. I think YouTube is a little bit behind Twitch, but I have both chats up on a different stream. So thanks for tuning in. All right, so now, okay, so this is the last photo I took in Seoul. And I think it's very fitting that my friend Matt just hopped in because this is probably the best photo that we've seen so far. Minus like this one is crazy. This one is fun. This one, you know. There's a lot of imperfections in this roll, but I think we can get it back. All right, let's see. So this is the first one, LA. This is interesting. And I recognize it's LA because this is like very close to my house. I hope nothing in these photos docks me. I'll have to take them out later. Interesting. I really thought this was cool, I guess. Google said you could put protein powder in there. Okay. Oh, you can see them. Is that the moon? Do we think that's the moon? It's fun though. The colors are fun. I think if we can get some of the grain out a little bit in the edit, just a little bit. Ah, maybe it was. This is great. This is sick. Right here, maybe? Right here, maybe? Right here, maybe? We'll see. We'll reframe it later. This is cool. I can work with that. Interesting. I wonder if this was the same day. I don't think so. I think this is a totally different place. So messy though, you know. I think sometimes when I take photos, I'm like thinking about the image without all the telephone lines, and sometimes you can't think about it that way because they're really there. I guess you could Photoshop them out, but that's the part of photo editing I don't like. Okay. Oh, so this is really interesting. So this was actually when the fires were happening in Southern California. And I have taken a version of this shot multiple times, but never with this color here, because this is my cousin's house. But this is like so interesting that this came out so green. And this is like the real sunset, you know, coming through. This might be maybe the best version of the photo I've taken, but only because it's so otherworldly. Like, this is crazy. Okay. Interesting. This is really cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the edit will look like here. This, because there's something really interesting. I don't know if it's here, if it's here, if we keep the whole thing, we just chop a little bit off the top. That's what I tell my barbers. This is definitely during the fires. Right place at the right time, indeed. Yeah, you got it. You got it. I'll have to, maybe I can bring up the other versions of this photo that I've taken. They might not be on this computer, but I could probably pull it up on Instagram or something. Because there's at least one that I can see it in my head, but maybe I never shared it to Instagram. Yeah, some the green, right? The banister next to the green window. Yeah, because this whole banister is warm, and then this one is still green. Kind of reminds me of I think Ryan has seen presents in the chat. Presents like it's not obviously not like that, but just the idea of it, of you know. Okay. So this is probably during the fires, yeah, because the sky. It's just a shame that it's so dark and underexposed. I think I'll just have to like super overexpose the next time I use this film. I don't know. So for people that may just be tuning in, I use the Harman ISO 200 Phoenix film, which is I think like a cinestill type um, um, film stock. We'll have to look at it though. Oh, I just took this last weekend actually. We went up, my friend and I went on a walk around Cal State in Pasadena, or Caltech in Pasadena. That is fun. I think I wanted more light on here, but I mean, even this, like, that's, even this is something. Maybe? Yeah, even this is something. Oh yeah. So Ryan, this is one of those that I'm like really into. You know, this like the shapes, the curve of that and the shadow. Didn't quite come out here, I'll be honest. Um but there's something here. Yeah. I think um Matt or Magpie, if I was as tall as you, this wouldn't have been an issue. I would have gotten it framed right into the corner there. And yeah, it went too dark here, but if there was a person here, that'd be so cool. Or a person here, that'd be so cool. I might have a photo of a version of this on my phone that I can pull up side by side. Ooh, interesting. Also, yeah, the monitor I'm looking at shows the colors like a little way differently than I think what you guys are getting, which is very interesting to consider. Hold on, let me catch up on a stream. Yeah, it's a little bit greener than I think what you guys are potentially seeing. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works anymore. My monitor is like so messed up. The colors. Um, yeah. So yeah, this is great. This is like I think that one of their like big halls in Caltech. They might have even shot like no, I don't want to say that, but I'm sure some cool things have filmed here. I just wish this was brighter. I don't know why it's so underexposed. Maybe my meter is going. I'll have to check the light meter on my camera. This really reminded me of The Brutalist. I think that was a joke that my friend and I were making. It's more just this. It's not a good photo though. You can maybe make the argument that there's something like here, but because you have like this, that's bad. So a little bit of a woof. Should we send a monitor to the PO box? Oh my god. No, it's not that I don't have good monitors, I would say. I think the monitors I have are fairly decent. I think it's just the color balancing. Alright. Let's see. We are at 36 out of 40, so we're nearing the end. Oh, this is fun. Where'd that light leak come from? This makes no sense. Oops, sorry. Gonna have to make sure I don't do that in the future. This makes no sense to me, but this turned out pretty cool. Way different than what you would think. How can you tell if your light meter is going? You can't. You just can't. I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, see, these photos I remember, and I know I have like side-by-sides on my phone because we just took them last weekend. This is cool. This is cool. It just needs to be rotated a little bit, but I love that this blew out that way. It's so bright. Spoopy indeed. Spoopy indeed, Riley. Riley in the chat on YouTube. Whoa. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see what this next one looks like. Brian in the chat too. Whoa. What's up, Brian? How Genesis go? Did you crush him? Did you get a trophy at the fighting game convention? This is crazy. This is really cool. I feel like I can pull a great edit out of this one. And there's something very odd going on here with like the weird haziness. I think I remember where this was, and I just like can't understand why those conditions would have looked like that. But this is very cool. All right, we're coming down the wire here with the last. Okay, this is the last picture on the roll. I have no recollection of what it is. Let's see. It was real fun. Right. All right, last picture. Here we go. Oh my god, click off. Go. That's lame as hell. The people on Twitch are saying, tell Riley Twitch is better. Oh man, this sucks. This was the last photo. I remember getting nervous that maybe I didn't load my camera correctly, or the film got crunched. This is tough. There's something interesting here. I don't know where it is though. It's this, but without the tree, maybe. It's hard. I think this is also, you know, doing this stream was very much inspired by my friend in the chat, Matt, who I think we did this once when we were talking on Discord. We were like looking at photos and doing this kind of like this same exact thing, like reframing and recropping, except we'll take it one better and we'll up the we'll edit it in Lightroom. Light partition at the bottom frame followed by the column shadow and the spill. For that previous hallway shot are Chef's Kiss. Oh, this one, right? Yeah. I mean, this is like, oh god, like you could, a phrase that maybe I'll say quite often, and that I say to myself quite often, is like, you could live in this, you know, just like this moment where the light and dark just like contrast like that. It's like you could just, you could feel that. Where are all these from? So that's a great question. So in this, the most recent batch of photos that you may have just tuned in for, this is all from Caltech in Pasadena, which is very cool. It's a very fun walk. It's kind of like, you know, Harvard or any other like big school. You can just kind of like walk around the campus. And I think we even like didn't see the newer buildings. I think my friend and I just walked around most of the older buildings, minus this one, which is very cool. A lot of it was under construction. So, I mean, I'm hoping to go back and take some more photos. It was like a weekend morning, so pretty sleepy. But yeah, it's and then some in LA, and of course a lot from Seoul. Okay, so I'm gonna get the editing program set up. I'm gonna go back to this scene. Let's see if it killed my music. I don't think it did. Okay. So now that we've seen the photos, I'm feeling like, okay, out of 40 photos, out of a roll of 36, and we'll say one of them was a dud from that first one, I think that was like a third successful, which on a hit rate of film, I feel like is like, you know, you obviously want more to be success than you don't, but it's such an experimental medium that like, especially for an amateur, hey, I'll take 30%, you know? So I'm gonna import all of these into, the music actually got louder. Thank you. What's your process for editing photos? Well, hey, we're gonna see it right now. The banister one, oh yeah. That's one, I think one of my favorites on the roll. We can start with editing that one because that one is the most exciting to me as well. Let's get the film photos up. Harman 200. All right, we're gonna import all of them. So this is where I would love more input from, you know, you guys, and also, you know, if anyone finds us after this live stream and they're watching along, hey, leave a comment, leave some constructive criticism. Here we go, back to, not that one, this one. All right, so we're in a program called Lightroom from Adobe. I know Lightroom Classic a little bit better than Lightroom, and so we're gonna edit in here. The music actually got louder. I'm very much laughing at that. Thank you, everyone, for that constructive criticism. You're still selling stuff at Genesis. Hey, thanks, Brian. Thanks for tuning in and hopping in. Have fun selling stuff at Genesis. Hope you guys get some good stuff out there. All right, here we go. So let's start with this. Oh, they're still importing photos because we're streaming. The computer is screaming at me, I imagine. Using 22% of the CPU on my tiny Mac Mini. We make do here. We make do here. Okay, let's start with this one. So, what my process is I normally, what I'll do is like play around with the like exposure levels first, so kind of like the brightness levels. What I should be doing is getting into curves. I know Riley is in the chat. He, can color as well in video production. Slightly similar thing here, but because we're working with film and not like raw video, it's a little bit different. Oh, and I didn't take the music getting louder really. I thought it was just very funny how it was phrased from everyone who made a comment. So yeah, normally what I'll do is I'll play with like the exposure just to see like what my limits are. And you can see that as we get brighter, stuff in the shadows is starting to get like totally grainy and like totally off. So what I'll do is I'll usually just hit Control Z, play around with the contrast to see how far I can take it. Usually I just like go to the max to see, and then as you roll it back, you can kind of feel like, oh, this is interesting. Like we have like some things that we can try here. So this one, what I would do normally is start lowering the quote unquote black levels, getting the dark areas just like a little bit darker. Especially because I think the detail generally is more in like the highlights, the kind of bright parts of these photos, where we can kind of like pull some stuff out, pull the highlights up without killing it, up the clarity, and up the texture. I feel like the texture is going to affect the grain in a weird way. That's kind of like that little like staticky looking stuff that you're seeing. So I've always been like, I don't know exactly where to start sometimes with like how the whites and the highlights differ. So that's something I definitely want to learn about a little bit more. Ooh, we lower the highlights though. We can kind of get some more detail back there out of the oh my god, this looks like such a mess though. You zoom in. The banana bread tastes good. Incredible. All right, and then let's just go crazy with colors. No, that's too crazy. Let's go to like 15. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's see if I can do the side by no, not that. This one. So this is, yeah, here's before and after. Interesting. 25%? Nope. 12%? Yeah, look at that. You can see that we've suddenly gotten it a lot like darker and more dramatic, but also like you can see that it's a little bit noisier. Do you pay for higher than normal quality, or is it that just your shop does by default? Yeah, this is high quality. So what the shop that I go to, they do 3 different scans. They do normal, high, and then like TIFF scans, and TIFFs are like much higher quality. I think they misunderstood me one time and I got TIFF scans by accident while paying for just the normal high quality version. I think it's like a weird thing with like the language of that they need to sort out, because I had trouble explaining it once and am having trouble explaining it. So but yeah, the TIFF files are huge. And so this is like definitely an interesting like middle ground, but obviously, yeah, resolution's still big, file size is still pretty big too. I'm wondering if it's better if it's, like if I just reset it. wonder if I just take the clarity back down and don't push the whites as much, I guess. But ring. Yeah, maybe that's it. And then raise the contrast. It's so weird. I don't understand that YouTube is like, we're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. All right. Interesting, YouTube. Interesting. I feel like this is plenty of video. It's hard because like I actually don't mind, like side by side, I like don't mind it, but then like you could go either way with how garish the green could go. Okay. I like that. Just for good measure. Oh, black and white. That changes the game. Sometimes you just have to make it in black and white and the whole game is changed. It was choppy for a second when you first got into this edit. Okay, cool. Good to know. I'll be curious how it like is reflected later. Oh man, is it better? I mean, you can't sacrifice the colors, but there's something texturally that's might better. That might be better for black and white. Heading out to practice. Hey, thanks Riley. Thanks for hopping in. All right, well, let's go back. This is wild. Okay. So adjusting this on the curve here, that's like really just getting the highlights up, and like we're sending it to like a weird like nuclear level by doing that. But maybe we can do this. And I think maybe we've something here. Is it too much? Maybe it's too much. I don't know. I think, yeah. Let's make a copy. Because I actually really yeah, so now we have it here. Because like I don't mind it being so dramatic. But I know some people, I think, have in the past said some of my work has been too this feels, I mean, I don't know, this feels really spooky and feels really interesting. I think what I'm gonna do is just reduce the noise a little bit, like so get some of that graininess out of there. So if we do 100, it's too smooth. So I think let's go to 53. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, okay, cool. That's really cool. It feels like it does feel very like apocalyptic. So maybe that is it. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll put a flag on this for now and mark it as a pick. Okay. Let's go back through. Let's find some other ones. Oh, it's not in time order. That's annoying. Let's see. By text? No. That's weird that it's not in sort by. Oh. Sort by a file name, right? Yeah, there we go. Giving Last of Us vibes. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. I think that is right. Okay, so you know, we were doing a lot of that cropping and stuff before, so this is a great one to crop for, right? As especially with this light leak, we could totally lose it, or we could feature it. Just sink it down to the bottom a little bit. Now it's tiny. This feels very 90s just because I think the static or the grain rather. Wow, look at all the detail that's saved there though. You can see all that stuff still. That's wild. I guess that's why textbooks maybe like you could photos look like this. Interesting. Stream is healthy again. Okay, thanks YouTube. This is so wild. I mean, at least you can see more now. It's not a better photo. Which is very funny. Okay. I don't know what to do with this one. It's not really like screaming at me to edit. I thought I could drag this line around, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I literally thought I could drag it. Okay, anyways. Alright. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I want to spend too much time on this one. It's not quite speaking to me. Yeah, this one is fine too. This is also another good step too, Ryan. It's just like normalizing out the colors. Yeah, a little bit better. Just getting a sense of what's too cool, what's too warm. And if the color, the whole photos are a little bit too cool, just give it some warmth on that side and then try to bring back the original colors a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Change the whole thing. Now that's a picture, baby. Who cares anymore? It's black and white. That's incredible. And this looks great now. To me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. To me, this is awesome. Just push this all the way. I mean, now it looks like we're in history. Incredible. Incredible. Maybe I should just go back and make this one black and white too. Incredible. Look at that. Yeah, Kathy got it. Black and white changes the game. Other than photo film editing, do you have any other interests you go this deep into? I wouldn't even consider this that deep of an interest. I barely know what I'm doing. This is all learned instinct and not teaching, not any research. But yeah, I mean, I would say that the last kind of like 10 years of my life have been all about like visual arts. So kind of like getting more into writing again has been, and research has been really rewarding. Yeah, I was really into music in high school, but I haven't really kept up with that. A little bit harder to do when you live in an apartment. I think I'm saving a lot of these photos with black and white. TBH. It helps that they're all like really historical too. All right, let's see. Was there anything here? No, there was nothing here. So who knows what I was taking? Was I taking a picture of a bird? Oh yeah, let's see this one. I messed up on that side, so maybe let's reframe it first by recropping in. Let's do this. Maybe cut off that white sign at the end. Try to center this up a little bit more. Oh, that's fun, this little guy. I didn't notice him actually. Maybe I wanted that in the photo. Let's just pretend I did. Raise the exposure a little bit. We got this girl, like this like white outfit, this guy in this white outfit. We get the white level, shadow levels up. Lower the black levels up to retain some of that stuff. Highlights down. When you edit a group of pictures from the same batch, you tend to keep the same type of editing style to try to change it up. No, I like to let the what I think the image, what I'm looking for out of the image, guide that a little bit more. So I don't usually upload things as like a connected series. So I think that lets me have a little bit more freedom when I do share photos and edit photos. Not quite getting it here. Take some of the green out, add some magenta, I think. Whoa. Restream bot acting on overtime over there. Yeah, I don't know. Not quite getting it. Something weird's about the colors here. I have to go in and remove some of the green. So on this side, we can hit colors by themselves. I would maybe take the hue out of the green. If we get rid of most of the green, it takes away a lot there, which is nice. Interesting. Okay, maybe not a great photo to begin with, but fun to have this wood, you know, and the tree contrast against all this like modern city stuff, as well as like their outfits, I think a little bit more modern. Just fun. Oh yeah. Is there anything here? I don't know if there is. I think this might be a miss. There's something here actually. Get this, yeah, take some of the sky back there. Maybe darken, leave the shadows a little bit like that. Like this, raise the shadows a tiny bit. The white level up. Interesting. I think whatever they were doing is maybe what interested me. I was taking pictures of some strangers, I suppose. There's something here. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll also like change the size of the default sizes and see if it like gives me anything. Do you ever think about how many photos you've accidentally been in the background of? Oh my god. That's a great question, because one time when I was getting really into I was just starting to take more photos on my phone. I had very limited space on my phone for a long time, so I wasn't taking pictures on my phone a lot. So I was in college, so it was right before I started taking photos every day. But I was like, oh, I like taking photos and blah blah blah. So I was like taking the subway a lot in college in Boston, and I would take pictures of like be like, oh, if that's a cool shot on the subway, I'll take a picture of someone. But like you always feel weird about taking pictures of strangers, and sometimes I like let the desire to like get the shot override. I was like, it's a cool shot, and it's just for me at this point. Um, there's this one time I was coming back from a film shoot where I was holding a milk crate, the a crate that you would use to like put milk bottles in or something at like a grocery store, and we use those a lot on set to carry things, different types of things. There's like different like heavy duty ones, and obviously you can get them at Target, but they're like plastic or cheaper plastic, blah 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 blah. So I was walking home with a crate that was spray painted like neon, like or not neon, but just like chrome, just like bright silver chrome, very shiny. And I was sitting on a thing waiting for the train, and my feet propped up on the like chrome milk crate. And I remember like being on my phone, and I look up, and across the way someone was taking a photo of me, and they were like lowering their camera, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy that I was suddenly like I was doing that, but then they started taking pictures of me. It's like this like karmic thing, which was very funny that I was just like, oh yeah, now I became the subject of the photo. That's wild to think about. um so anyways, that's not a story about being in the background, but that is a photo of like me, in the street that I know people took, which was very fun to think about. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's brighten this up, get some of these flowers back. The colors back, get some of the blue out of there. I think we'll do the same thing with we want to keep the green this time around because the flowers. Lower the highlights maybe, keep the sky, lower the black levels, raise the shadows, nah, maybe a little bit. See where the whites take us. Okay, lower it a little bit, up the clarity. I want these flowers to pop a little bit more. Now let's go down here and let's take like the red, like let's bring it like let's get these reds popping. Well, they're more orange than they are red, huh? Interesting. We might want to take the highlights, or sometimes what I'll need to do, and I don't like doing this because I'm bad at it, but is it this one? Okay, so I don't like their the masking system now, but sometimes I can use a mask to take down parts of the image, and I would probably want to take down some of this stuff. I think we'll just do a brush, and we'll just go like this, and we'll just take down the highlights a tiny bit. Now, you know what? I messed up. I think we really just need to do this right here, just that. There we go. I think I went too hard. I only need this to pop. So I think maybe I actually just need to mask this and bring it up in a natural way. We'll see. That's like a little bit more work than I'm used to. Alright, let's reset. We messed up. Okay, the mask is gone too. Great. You know, like, you know, sometimes you just gotta start over. Ooh, this one's tough. This one is tough, though. It's tough. Because I really only want to warm this up, and I don't want to... It's a lot of work to go in and just select all these flowers. Which, listen, it's good to do the work, but I also don't care about this particular image that much, even though it is very nice on its face. Maybe I can just do something like... like that. And then... and then... oh, interesting. I didn't know it did that. Okay. And then bring back some of the red as well. Red, orange. Yeah, that's better. I think that's definitely more passable than had I just stuck with what I was doing before. I could still take the mask and just select part of it. Oh, it's still here. All right, create a mask. My God, I don't. It's so slow now. It's so annoying. Okay, here we go. Okay, great. Okay. I think this is good. Flag it as a pick. Okay. Nothing to be saved here. That was a lie, actually. Hold on. That's cool as heck. Be too goopy if I lower the texture. That's cool as heck. All right. I like that. I was surprised that it saved that much detail there. That was very surprising to me. Totally a different image, though. I think that is the interesting thing. I think most people, when they look at my photography or have like talked about, it's like a lot of times I find new ways to look at the image in the edit, and obviously that is one. Like I would have written that image off, and this is not what I would have wanted this to even look like when I took it. And this is like not a great photo, but there's something interesting still here that I could play with. Like I could even just do, and there's like something cool here, you know. Okay, guess in that similar vein, let's see what we can save here in the shadows. Okay, nothing. So this one we actually can't save. This one's too much. And this one is not fun in black and white because you like the colors, you know. All right, here's the auto edit, which I think, you know, is fine. I would probably try to select all of those separately. Okay. Maybe not anything there. Let's see if we can see what I was trying to take here. Nothing. There's nothing here. What was I? Maybe I accidentally took a picture. Very odd. Anyways. Alright, this is the one. Lower up the exposure a tiny bit. Take some of the green out. warm it up 2 points, lower the shadows, lower the black levels, see where the white levels want to live. Maybe around here. Bring up the texture, bring up the clarity, up the saturation a tiny bit. Okay, contrast is higher. Lower the highlights, lower the white levels. Interesting. Interesting. This is a little interesting. This one's tough. This one's tough. I feel like I would probably. This is just, it's totally ruining the image, and so it really needs to be like this, and then like that, but it's not quite there either. Maybe it's something like this. We'll figure it out. This is an interesting one. This is one I'll have to spend a lot more time on off stream because, like I said, I could really live in that, and something about this isn't quite all working. Okay. This is crazy. Let's see. Nope, you got nothing. So when we got nothing, push it to the extreme. Don't think there's anything here. Nope. Cool. Nothing here. Yeah. Just looking for ghosts, I guess. Cool. Great. This is sick. Up the contrast. Up the exposure. The highlights. The shadows. Black levels. Get the saturation going. That's awesome. Done. Nice. This one, let's just up the contrast, you know? And then take the saturation up. Wild stuff. So not what I expected, you know? And like if I was taking a digital camera, I would just be like upping, you know, just trying to get it as crisp as possible. But you know, you get a wild accident here and there, and it just feels really good. Or there's just something interesting about it. Don't know what was going on here. Okay. Let's see. Maybe savable. No. Yeah, that's interesting. I probably wanted this. Like this was what I was looking for. Okay. It's interesting. I feel like, and then rotate it a little bit. And then raise the exposure, contrast, highlights, come down a little bit. Let's raise the shadows just to see what's there. Okay. Lower the black levels. Up the saturation. Up the clarity. Take out some of the green. Kind of cool. I think it's a little out of focus, maybe? No. I think this is cool. I mean, it might be better if it's like here. But I don't know. I like this for now. I think let's keep this. Okay. Let's see what's in the alleyway. This might be another black and white one. Yeah. Do I have a favorite photo that I've edited so far? Like today? Specifically? Oh, this is so good though. This lead line, I mean, this helps a lot, I feel like. You could go like this. Like on stream. Yeah, let's see. I think the banister one, to be honest, because that as far as like editing on stream goes, like that, I was really surprised how much we were able to get out of that. This one's pretty cool though. Especially like square like this works really well. And I think like you could go either way. If you want to keep this in here as like something that Matt likes to say, like, does this ground your frame a little bit more? And honestly, that feels way better. Maybe I'm wrong. I would love if someone found this after the fact and they were like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about in the YouTube comments. But yeah, I don't know. There's something, I think, let's see. Let's maybe take some of the grain out just to see what that looks like. I don't think I'll run with that, but where is it? I always forget. Is it transform? No, it's detail. Yeah. Oh yeah, 70% looks great on this. That's awesome. You're on the money with the crop. Oh my god. Okay. Because I obviously care about your opinion a lot. Maybe I went too hard. Should have sent this to Sam too. Yeah, this feels good. I mean, I think maybe I'll just do a 25% noise reduction, let it be pretty grainy, but that helps. That helps clean it up. All right, heck yeah. All right, so we are at 23. There's like just we're back. I realized I wasn't recording any of this stream, so good luck, future me. Turning this into other types of content. Good luck. Wow. You love to see Restream bot so on top of the job. All right. 20, we got like a couple pictures left. 20-ish left. Here we go. Let's see what was here. What's hiding in the shadows? Okay, that's a fake person. I don't think there's anything here for me. Not as interesting as I would have liked. Oh, this is mm, 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 what is this market called? Hongdae. This is Hongdae area in Korea. This is like a street market that's pretty famous, but you can't quite tell because I didn't take a good picture of it. All right, well, we got nothing there, so backing out. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, I was looking forward to this one. Let's see what we can do. Maybe black and white is the move. There is something interesting here where it's like this maybe needs to go up and then this needs to come down. Yeah, maybe black and white's the move. Well, definitely one to come back to. All right, here's an interesting conundrum where I clearly let the shadows go dark, but it wasn't enough exposure for this. So how do we get that in a good way? We up the contrast and then just go full tilt on the black levels. Maybe something like that. Up the saturation a little bit. Or up the vibrancy maybe. It's kind of cool. Add some green. Sunsets on film have always been like quite hard for me. I haven't quite gotten it. Maybe we just work on this one because this one's cool. It's got the moon. I'll probably add a little bit more green in the shadows actually, because I like that it's like very like otherworldly in that sense. Maybe get the reds and oranges a little bit brighter too. Maybe not like that. Maybe luminance values. Maybe we've got to just go blue on the shadows instead. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. Great. Love the little moon there. I wonder if we do something like this just to get that tree out of the way. Oh, that's great. Let me take this down. Make a little bit more landscape. Yeah, there's something about this is already really solid. I mean, it helps when the photo's already good to begin with, and you know, we're not like fixing it. Ooh, it's kind of interesting. Maybe get a little of that in there. All right, let's do a side by side. Let's see what that looks like. Mmm. Yeah, really just added a little bit more depth to the photo. It didn't change too much, you know, but like we really brought out the oranges. I think maybe we should bring some of the pink back actually. Let's see if we can do that. Let's try to bring some of the pink back. Pink is red and white. Yeah, thanks, Sarah. The pop of the red and orange is really nice. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how we can get some of the pink back without it being too garish, you know? Maybe I have to bring... This is where, like, my color science is failing me. Maybe I can get it in the curve. Okay, let's try that. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think this one's a winner. Okay, so let's pick this one. This one, I just wanted to see what was hiding here. I don't think anything. I don't even know where I took this. We might have been driving, actually. Maybe we were, quote unquote, fleeing the fires. We weren't fleeing, but yeah, this great stuff, great stuff. I am just gonna reset this one. Just so we can do like a nice side by side like that, because we already have this one saved as a copy, which is very fun. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Coming at the end, last 7 photos. This is just like a total miss. This is just embarrassing. Okay, here's one. We talked about this a little bit. We could reframe it a little bit. We could bring this back up. You don't really get how white those are, though. I think I undershot it a little incorrectly, but I think let's find a new frame for this, which is something I think like, let's find a 1x1 square, and I think it's something like, I mean, this would be perfect if it was like a full diagonal, but actually, yeah, right there is really good. No, nah, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. It's here. And then we can brighten it a little bit. We don't want to lower the contrast, I don't think, then. We don't want to raise the contrast either. Let's just give it a little bump. Let's do this. This one's really tough. Because you wanna, you wanna like retain. I just wish I had. I think I needed to digitally composite this one together. If I shot this one perfectly exposed, then shot the sky exposed, it would have been perfect. This is tough. I don't think this is like gonna do what I want it to. So maybe we can find a new way to use this image. Something like this, I think, is really interesting. You lose a lot. The contrast of the blue was a lot nicer, and I just don't think we quite have it. Which is a shame because I felt really inspired by this when we first saw it, and obviously when I saw it in person. Can't win them all. Didn't we say that earlier, right? Why is this one so faded? Yeah, this one I might just not have like the brain juice to get right now. I think I still think there's something really there's something here. Yeah, sometimes if I can just like look at the shape, we can get it. There's something, yeah, there's maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. It's just leaving this here and then yeah, it's close. There's something. I don't quite have it. I think it's just maybe it's exposed wrong. But if this was these trees didn't go so low, and then we would have had that. And I think we're wrong time. Maybe it's a rough one. There was another shot like this that I have on my phone, and I remember sitting there with my camera, thinking I could get something like pretty dynamic with like the way the lines are moving, but it's not quite there. Hey, happy to take tips though. All right, last few, last few. I mean, this one's gonna rock in black and white. Like, if you didn't know that there was a color version of this at all, like, this is just, I mean, this is awesome. And then, oh, you're kidding me. I can't rotate it without it cutting off the curve at the end. Oh, that blows, dude. That's not cool. Dang, that sucks. I mean, I guess I could make it like smaller so that I can move it over, but it's not quite what I was looking for or wanted to do, maybe. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's tough. There's something really cool here. I'm just not. Maybe I'm like it's like a just a block right now. But yeah, there's something here. I'm just not seeing it. I just like don't know how to grab it. We're so close. I think it's just like a few different clicks away, and obviously I don't want the contrast at 100, but still. Oh man, that's frustrating. That sucks. Well, let's set it as a pick. This one we're not getting anything out of. I mean, it's unfortunate because I took this on my phone too, and like I just don't know. I don't know. It was a wrong lens. Wrong lens for what I wanted. I think I needed to be taller, I needed to be straight on, needed to be like way zoomed in. Um I mean, or just like a very long lens. Or maybe not. It's just the backgrounds just wasn't it. Tough, 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 tough. Sucks to get to the end of the roll like this, you know, but you're just like I mean, this is cool on its own, you know. I don't need to do much this one. Everyone's gonna be like, whoa, that's crazy. You're like, yep. Sometimes it just happens. This looks like a still from like the Succession opening. Nope, still not straight. Okay, well, I think it's cool because I think we'll be walking away with a handful of good photos. Again, maybe like a third of the roll, you know, which again I think is solid. You always want more though. You're never gonna have a roll that's 100%. Great. I wonder if this photo is like a little cheap because there isn't a thing at the end of the line there. Like that's something my friend James and I talked about when we shot these photos, that like when we were shooting these columns, we're like, there isn't anything at the end though. Is it like uninteresting because there isn't like a real subject? Like obviously we have these great converging lines that are telling you to look that way, but there's nothing there. And does that work for something like this? You know, it's an interesting question. What is this? Okay. Okay, so that's just the highlights, which I think could go up a little bit. Okay, and we want to take some of the green out, normalize these values a lot more. Interesting. I actually haven't been pushing the green that much, but the removal, but knowing that I have to go all the way to like 50 or even like 65 is helpful, because now this looks super normal, and this looks actually, it changes the whole image once all that green's gone. Holy cow. That's like mind-blowing. I really didn't think that I'd have to push it that far. I mean, it's just the conditions. That's so interesting. Okay, wait, maybe we should go back to some of these, like this one maybe. Or this one. No, it's just that condition, that specific area. That's tough. Ah, okay. Well, now we know. Push it to 50 first. To 65. That's cool. I got that blue. Man, the whole dimension of this image would change if I got that blue. That's awesome. I mean, I think people might look at this and they're like, I don't get it, Evan. But this is one of those images that I think like really like something about it is like very much speaking to me, which maybe is pretentious to say, but it's kind of like, you know, kind of feel that way about an image. Like, let's go for it. uh, and yeah, I really, something about this is really just like sticking out to me, and I want to like just like keep working on this. Um, let's do side by side. I mean, I think I pushed it too much. I think I'm gonna take down some of the I think I'm gonna cool it off a little bit. Okay, see that. We gotta split the difference. Let's do minus 12. Oh no, no, gotta go back the other way. Minus 4. Let's try that, and take out some of the grain, just like a tiny bit. Just like 15. Let's push it to 100. Let's do like 25, 24. Let's not mess with that too much. That's great. All right, and it sucks to end on this one because I feel pretty poorly about it. So let's get rid of some of the scan lines. Let's, I guess, go crazy with this. Let's go to like, yeah, 90 feels great. Yeah, I don't know. We got nothing. There's nothing here. I took it because I thought, yeah, I think I remember taking it because I thought I didn't have any photos left, so this was like a test. Bad. It is not good. All right, well, so then I guess what's a fun thing to do is that we can just go back out to the library and then sort by just pics. Or how do I only show, oh yeah, filter flag. So out of 40 images, we did 12. 12 flag, 12 and edit, sort by, let's sort by their file name again. All right, so this is the only one interesting from that specific day in Seoul that we've saved currently. Looks good. I mean, I think maybe I should take some of the grain out. I didn't realize it was that noisy back there. Just do like 20. See if it looks the same in the library. Or do I just have to load it in here? Okay, let's do that. That looks super fun. Pretty happy with where this is at the moment. I think this is one I'll keep tweaking just to kind of like normalize some of the highlight areas around here and figure out if I can get these to pop more without losing too much of the blue and shadow color back there. Great, just some fun character stuff. Obviously it would be incredible if this was in focus, but I think just that kind of foreboding image right there, like behind this, is just really fun. And honestly, if it was too crisp, might not have looked good to begin with. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we didn't do too much to this one, but this is just like a happy accident that kind of works, you know. Yeah, why not, right? Keep it in. Yeah, this is one that it was surprising because I think on the onset I wasn't really thrilled about it, and I think I'm feeling, kind of feeling it a little bit more. I think there's still more work that needs to be done on this. I think the real image is maybe it's maybe a little bit tighter, but it could just be the difference of like not being on the right lens. But something about this still is very interesting to me. I'm not sure what exactly, but we'll figure it out. All right, next up, alleyway picture. This is great. I mean, it totally worked out. I mean, the before and after is nuts, you know? And one can make the argument that the before is better than what we got. I think that there's a few versions of this photo of playing around with the color levels. That's possible. It's just tough when you have this that blows out so much. I'd love to hear what other people do in those types of situations. Yeah, we'll find something here. I wanted to keep it as a pic so to remember to go back to it. Cool contrast from the dark of the street to the red building than the white building to me. Yeah, I think that's it, right? It's the three colors here, and you even do get a little bit of yellow right there. I think that's a great point, Sarah. Okay, here we go. Another great one. Ignore this in the corner, but just you could sit there, you could look at it. Looks great. Yep. I mean, this is the first one we edited. I think my only regret with this is that is not actually, I think there's a third one of these that's over there, and I think I agonized over whether or not I should include it in. And now I'm wishing I did, because it feels a little empty on that side. But I think what we can do, at least to help level this out, is just get this up. It feels a little unfocused though. I don't want to do that, but I do want to... No, I'll sit with it. I'll keep sitting with it and see what happens. Yep, something here. I think we can get this little edge room back, but definitely something here. Great. Another one we didn't have to touch too much. Just a fun little accident. Yep, ended up working great. We, I mean, removed so much of the green, but I mean, it looks awesome. This is just a fun kind of atmospheric shot. And then we got this one. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I love it. I love it. Something about it. I mean, I could even do this. I could take this and I know how to do it in Instagram, which is very funny, but I could like stretch the top and like get it more like angular or even. I don't know what the right word is, but I think I can do it in here too. I'm blanking on how to do that. Yeah, something about this one. I don't know. It really is just. It's fun to have a you know, a couple of these that are really just like. Yeah, just some really cool stuff across the board. Um, how does the Phoenix stack up against some of the other film stocks I've used? I feel like I need to shoot 2 more rolls on the Phoenix in order to start really comparing. I could be wrong. I feel like just based on how much time I've spent with this, it's feeling a little bit more like the Fuji consumer stock that I've used in the past. But I'd love to hear from other folks who um, use a little, you know, shoot a little bit more often than I do. Yeah. All right, so these are the photos that we kind of ended up with today. Again, 12 photos, some in various states of being done, quote unquote. I think with digital photography, it's always interesting. I feel like especially because I don't normally share what I've edited, and I think I'm going to be doing that a little bit more now. Like, you could just keep tweaking if you wanted to. But sometimes, you know, you get something like this. It won't load right now in this format, but this feels good. You look at it, you're like, yep, okay. And I don't even think it's like that great, I think, but it just kind of works. Well, thank you so much for watching. This will be the real outro to the video because I know sometimes people are used to me doing a fake outro, but this will be the real outro. Thank you so much for watching. Leave some comments about what you about how you feel about some of the photos and any tips or thoughts or, you know, things that you like, things that, you know, things that you'd want to see more of. But just shot out I think like 12 photos on a roll of Kodak Gold 200, so hoping to get that developed soon. We'll see how weekly this or how often these types of streams will happen when it comes to photography, but who knows what the next couple of things will look like. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you later. See ya.